my birdies. There's my girls. So I just arrived at my chicken ranch to find these hard-working ladies out here getting some scratch, pecking around in the dirt. This is Randall. Hey, Randy. Hey, Randy. We're gonna have a date with some girls tonight, aren't you? You good boy? Yeah, we'll go in here and see what's going on in here. What's the matter, Samantha? You're awfully chatty. You're not a chicken. How'd you get in here? Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hey, Simpson. This is Simpson, the Stimson pigeon. Laura found him at work, injured. He has a bad wing, so we're rehabilitating him, and he will go back to his kind. This is the second one that we've done this for. We had another pigeon, Pietro, a couple weeks ago. Oh, crap, I lost count. I guess it doesn't matter at this point. What's the matter, Mama? What's the matter, Mama? Oh, is it really that bad? You got a pretty good life. Let me see what you got. You don't even have any eggs. Why are you in here? It's okay, Simpson. You sure are pretty. You sure are pretty. Tabitha, you are noisy. Hey, big girl. Yeah, you got a couple. Thank you. Oh, wow. All right. A few more. I'd say it's probably 3 or 4 dozen. Typical for these ladies. I think we're somewhere around 45 or 50 chickens currently, and we just hatched a bunch more, so I'll get a video of that a little bit later. These feeders, we really like them. They're working out really good. Plastic dome feeder. Yeah, I can put a 50-pound bag of feed in each one, and it's just supplemental feed that we feed, organic Leina, and it lasts a long time. Probably don't have to fill it for a couple weeks. Hey, bunny rabbits, better get you guys some scoops of food. Hey, Bun Bun. You good boy? You good boy? I bet you're hungry. There you go. You got water? Yes, you do. And you got some hay to munch on. Okay. Hi, guys. Look at you guys. Alright. You guys need a little splash of food. There you go. And we'll get you some hay. Hey, guys. Good bunnies. You got pellets. And you got water. You guys need water. Let's find some water. Hey, birdies. Are you able to get through the ice? There you go. Hey, Randy. Oh, that's a nice cold water. Hard water. And some for you. There you go. Top you off. Simpson, you got water? Yeah, you got water and some scratch. You're good to go. Alright, let's just get you all some hay. You've got plenty. You need some. Rabbit cage works good for storing some hay in it. There. Hey, Bun Buns. I generally don't get involved with the rabbits, but who could resist these guys? They're just cute. There you go. There's some hay. You guys like the hay. What's going on, birdies? I would take those and wash them and dozen them up and get them ready for sale, but as you can see, we still have another later shift of layers, so before dark, this is my afternoon evening chores. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. By 5 o'clock, 5:30, it's dark, and there'll be a whole nother round of eggs to collect. It's a good problem to have, I suppose. Alright, let's see if the hose is froze or if we can get any water out of it today. This isn't looking good. It's wide open and the faucet's on and there's no water. Oh, there we go. Okay, we can do waters. Hi, birdie. These Morans are really great birds. French black copper Moran. Great layers. They lay a nice brown egg, dark brown. but they're pecky. They peck the other birds. And here we are, back at the Chicken Ranch, and the bird thing, having a good time. Yeah, it looks like we got a customer, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, well, sorry about the interruption. We had a couple of customers pull in and wanted some eggs, so they just bought the 5 dozen that I had, so I don't have anything to put in the egg fridge. It's right there. So our stand is set up to be self-service. You can pay there. There's a pay box, eggs, anything that we have to say, anything we want people to know. They can turn the empty cartons back in here, which people do. They're really good about that. But yeah, the refrigerator's empty. I got this refrigerator for $50 on Marketplace. It was a guy that was down here working on a construction project, rented a house for 1 month, and he got that little refrigerator brand new, used it for the month, and then he moved out, and back to where he came from, and sold me the fridge for $50. It's a heck of a deal. You ladies sure are messy. I rake this up and you get it all stretched back out. It's all nice and sunny outside today and you want to be in here. Go figure. At least rake it this way. Don't keep dragging it out in the yard. Golly, you birds. Come on, birds. Out you go. Let's see what the rest of your kind is doing today. Yeah, there's a few over there. There's a few over there. Usually they're over there. I know there's more around. Oh, there's some behind the pile coming around. What is it about a burn pile that chickens are so attracted to? Man, what a nice day. A little on the chilly side. It was 20 degrees last night, but today's high is like 41 or 42, but the wind is what gets you. Great day. This house was built in like 1922 or something like that. We bought it last September, mainly for the property. We live over there actually, but we've been doing some renovation and remodel on that. It's very livable. One of these days we'll go inside and do a tour. It's got some pretty incredible woodwork. It's the couple we bought it from have lived in it for 70 some years, and they bought it from the original builders or owners in the 30s or 40s. I don't remember, but they've lived in it a very long time, and they raised 5 kids in there, and their kids are now in their 50s, and yeah, so it's a pretty cool old house. Got a basement, upstairs, an attic, main floor, all the woodwork in it's all original. Hasn't been bastardized too bad. I got that trailer for free on the side of the road, so I drug that home. I'm gonna, when it warms up a little bit, probably repurpose it. I'm gonna try to build my own manure spreader, so when I shovel out the coop, I can take it over and throw it in the garden beds, and I'll till it in. And this monstrosity of a pile, this used to be all overgrown, all behind there, all the way to the road over there. This was all thick with laurel the size of maple stumps, and we cut it all out, and there were several 150-foot Doug fir trees in there. We got rid of those. They were all rotten. Somebody had topped them years ago and it killed them, so those, otherwise we would have saved them because they were nice for the shade. And this maple tree puts off a nice leafy canopy in the summertime. It's nice to be underneath, and the birds seem to like it. I'll show you a tour inside the coop. Here's Randy. Randall's an Araucana rooster, and he's not the best breeder. Something wrong with him. I don't know what his deal is, but This is a rooster isolation chamber, so he's got some room to walk around and stretch instead of living in a cage. But he doesn't have access to the hens all the time because he's not very nice. And then the other thing is, I don't want people buying fertilized eggs without, I wouldn't know which hen was fertilized and which wasn't. So this way, when we do want them to fertilize eggs, they'll lay in the nest boxes in there, and then I can collect them and keep those separate and put them in the incubator. Right now we have 2 batches of chicks in incubators going right now, and some started hatching a couple nights ago. That's what Morans do. They peck until the butt is bloody. So I've been spraying with Blue Coat, trying to help her out. Stinking Morans, they're feather pluckers. But anyway, here's the coop. It's pretty simple. They just roost on those. They kind of roost wherever they want, usually on top of the nest boxes. And it's warm in here and dry, and they do really well in here. It's enough room for a lot of chickens. And they use the nest boxes. These are the feeders that we use. They'll hold a 60-pound bag of feed. I've never found a 60-pound bag of feed. I always get 50s. But there's ample room in there for that. And it's supplemental feed for them. They only go through about maybe a bag in each feeder every 3 to 4 weeks. They really go out in free range. They get whatever they can get naturally, bugs and such. Hey, Simpson. Simpson, the Stimson pigeon, my wife brought home from her job. He crashed and hurt his wing, so she brought him home and she's rehabilitating him. This is the second pigeon that we've rehabilitated this month. So he looks like he's doing a fine recovery. He'll be able to go back and rejoin his colony or his flock. Hi, ladies. Anyway, that's our simple coop. It was already here, so we just decided to use what was already here. As time goes, we'll make improvements and we'll build more buildings. I want to build some movable chicken tractors that are like coops and tractors all in one. So we've got 15 acres here that they can roam on. I could kind of set these up into paddocks. I was thinking like, half acre, 1 acre paddocks, and have them separated by breed. And I don't know if I want to go that far into it. That building there used to be that was a pig barn. And then later they had a couple of beef cattle that would come and go from there. And right now it's just a storage shed. It's really in bad shape. I need to do some work on that, get that fixed up. And this was all mud in here. There was no driveway, so I've been putting some rock in and making it to where we have access. Oregon here in the wintertime on the coast, it's just wet all the time. And it's miserable to get in and out of here without some gravel. And when I went to the crusher, they didn't have the big stuff that I like, the 2.5 inch. They only had this stuff. And I'd already rolled out my rock fabric. So I was forced to go with this small stuff, but I've been scooping it up and taking it over to our street and using it there to fill in potholes, because now the crusher has lots of big rocks. So I'll get this stuff thinned out and get some more of the big rock and get it down the rest of the way. Then I want to widen this another vehicle width and go around over to that sorghum field line and put in another access over to our road that we live on. And I don't know what the story is with the sorghum. I'm letting the farmer across the road over there work that field just to keep it in shape of some type from getting weedy and overgrown. And he planted sorghum, and it doesn't look like it's doing very good. So I don't know if he's gonna cut that or if he's gonna drill more seed on top of it or what's going on there. I should probably find out. But what a nice day. It's just beautiful. There's the river is right over there on the other side of the highway. I'll put the drone up. It's pretty windy today, but maybe I'll put the drone up and get some footage. River, and it's supposed to snow tonight and tomorrow, pretty heavy. So I'll try to get some more pictures of that. Maybe I'll put the drone up tomorrow and get some pictures of the mountains with the snow, and maybe the chickens will come out and play in the snow. I don't know if they like that or not. I was at work the last time it snowed, and so my wife let them out, and I didn't get the report. I didn't get any pictures either. Yeah, this building's in rough shape. Really rough shape. I mean, everything here has got full dimension lumber inside. You know, it's pretty old, except somebody re-roofed this at some point with modern stuff. That's the only thing going for this building, is it's got a really good roof on it. But the walls and everything's just rotten inside. All the boards are falling off. So I need to get a hold of somebody with a portable sawmill, and I need to source some new boards, and I need to reframe this all, and kind of fortify it and get it back to standing up the way it should. Plug up all these holes, get rid of all this garbage. I don't like things that look all trashy like this. So my plan is just to kind of clean this place up and make it more usable. The way it's laid out just really didn't make any sense. So originally there was no highway there, and all that land over there where those buildings are belonged to this farm. But he sold it off in the 50s and some more in the 60s. That piece up there, that was he kept that belongs to this, but the one beyond that, there's a 25-acre field there, and that was part of this at one time, but he sold it. And then there's a piece over here that's 100 acres, and that belonged with this at one point, but he sold it. So kind of, I don't know, there was no rhyme or reason for how they laid this stuff out. And I'm not super visionary when it comes to seeing what things could be or how to lay things out. So I'm always open to suggestions on that. Our ultimate goal is to have 3 or 4 coops, with possibility of having separate areas for the chickens to be in, so they don't graze everything down. So what I was thinking is running them out this way and dividing this space left to right, and then like making 50 by 100s parallels left and right, and that way when the right side's grazed down, you just open the left door and let them go on the left side, and the right side can grow back. And then when that other side's grazed down, you turn them back over the other side. That's kind of my thought. I don't really know what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna do it. I've just been working on cleaning things up and at least getting to a blank canvas. And you know, it looks pretty bad right now, but I think things have to go that way before they can get better, unfortunately. But this was just left to go. This whole brown swath here was just a thick stand of impenetrable forest, like laurel hedge, so thick you couldn't crawl through it. And some of those stumps in there were 14-15 inches in diameter, and the septic failed, and they knew that when they sold it to us, so they took a concession on that we wouldn't inspect it, and that we just knew it was failed, and that we would fix it ourselves, which we did. But we had to cut all this out to get it. So there's a brand new septic and drain field in here, and we had that done professionally. And then we had my friend, who's an HVAC guy, he came and installed heat pumps two different ones. I think there's 6K units. So we have independent heads in each room. So like the upstairs could run the AC, but the downstairs might want heat, and vice versa. But each room has its own unit. So that was a pretty cool thing. He did me a solid deal on that. We just got new rain gutters on a couple weeks ago, and a new roof last winter. Yeah, it was last winter. We bought the place I think in August or September last year, and had a lot of roof leaks, so we got a new roof put on, and then we had an ice storm and a windstorm at the same time, like 2 days after they put the roof on, and half of the roof blew off because the 3-tab shingles didn't have a chance to set up. It was so cold. This place, it still needs some help, and we're going to do that this summer. It's going to be a lot of activity here. It's got a cool old porch, but we had it completely replumbed all the way out to the meter. So it's got all new plumbing upstairs and downstairs. Completely rewired. There's no knob and tube or anything. We had to do that for insurance. So I had them upgrade us from 200 amp to a 400 amp panel because of all the future plans I have. So it's got all brand new wiring, brand new plumbing, a little bit of new fascia, several new sheets of plywood for the roofing. There was a few bad ones. They cut all that out and put new stuff in, so that's all in good shape. The roof's been on for a year now, and I had all summer to glue down, so it's in good shape. I can't remember if it's a 30 year or 50 year. And then this mini split was already here, and the people, they were too old to go upstairs, so they only used the front part of the house and the kitchen. So that little mini split was just enough for them, or heat pump, whatever it's called, and that's what they used, and it still works. So we just decided to keep it. That old oil tank was here, and there's a big oil furnace in the basement and a boiler. So I took that off. I'm going to repurpose that thing into a diesel fuel tank for some of my equipment, and I need to go down there and remove some of that stuff. Got new water heaters. The service was overhead. There was a utility pole right there, and it ran to that one. So both the internet now and the electric come in underground. I trenched all that in myself, and then the electricians set us a 400 amp service with lots of room for future expansion. So the internet's really solid here. We got 1 gig, and right here we're working on putting the fiber optic up the highway. So that's exciting. What the heck? It's too cold to be outside. Let's go inside and do a tour inside today. This is all going to get demolished. This porch is sagging, and maybe you guys know, somebody out there probably knows what I need to do, but it's settling and sagging, and there's a crack here, and I don't care about the crack. I can patch that up, but what can I do to lift this back up? I was thinking about Terra Firma, or that company that injects foam underneath and can float things back up. You can see this stuff's all kind of pulling away, so we either need to demolish the porch, I can't talk today, and rebuild, or try to save this. I would like to save it, and then I would like to demo these steps off of here and then build a little porch with a stairway and handicap access. Our future plans are to rent this out to the hospital and the school district, because there's no housing here in this town, and our hospital suffers because of it. So people could get better medical. This is the old service. It's disconnected. I'm going to repurpose that. Washer and dryer used to be out here, right there. Now we moved it to inside. But anyway, yeah, the people in this community are upset because there's no quality medical. in this town, and the hospital said we can't get anybody to come down of quality because we don't have any place to put them up. So look at that. Still uses an old skeleton key. That's pretty cool. Anyway, all leaded glass. There's more of that throughout. So we moved the laundry facilities to in here. And then the upstairs plumbing was redone, so the painters softened that in, and that's all nice. That's the basement, door to the basement. We'll probably go down there last. But yeah, it's just kind of a cool mudroom. You can walk in and hang up your stuff, take off your boots, whatever. Go inside here to the kitchen. Oh, it's so nice in here, warm. It's so cold outside today. Little kitchen pantry, and that's deep. Deep. It doesn't do it justice, and it smells good. I don't know what that wood is, but it smells really good. Oh, come on, open. Just some neat old cabinets, and the people took the range with them, which is fine. We can get a new range, and we have actually on order a whole new appliance package, but some of the stuff is back ordered right now, so we're waiting on some things. That's a breakfast nook, and we have the table that was in there originally. We just moved stuff out. Need to empty some of that stuff out. I think most of the interior work in here is all done now. We had the counters, they were this nasty pink marbly looking stuff. We had them redone with Formica. It was just the better way to go because of the farm style, or the age of the cabinets and countertops. They're different dimension, I don't know, whatever it was. They needed to be that way, so that's what we did. It worked out. It was really tough to find a sink that fit in the existing sinkhole, but we did find one. It was an enameled cast iron sink that was in there. We got a nice stainless sink now. A couple of windows, more cabinets, broom closet. And then we go in here, and I don't know what this is, but I've seen it in several houses, and I thought at one time maybe they replaced some flooring, but I don't think that's the case now. I have seen this in several houses in this area, and I think it's just where you're supposed to center the dining room table. Maybe somebody smarter than me knows. I'm only 44 years old, so I don't have a lot of knowledge of how things were in the old days. I know a little bit, but I'm sure there's people out there that really know a lot more about this sort of stuff. We got lots of those things, those radiators. They're all throughout the place. And these benches, there's they open up, and there's storage in there. And there's a few of those throughout the place. It's a wood burning fireplace, wood stove, or whatever insert. And I think that those boxes were to store firewood in. I think. Not really sure. There's looking out the front porch. Leaded glass. Another one of those big radiators. There's the downstairs bedroom. We just had This floor was in really bad shape, so we had it redone about a week ago, and they did a fantastic job. Can't say enough about these guys. I don't want to walk in there because I don't want to track all the dust and stuff in on the new floor, but we'll go around, and there's a door on the other side so we can get a better view of this room. It's a pretty big room. I'd say, I don't remember the exact measurements, but I want to say it's like 14 by 14, I think, with 10.5 foot ceilings. So it's a pretty good size room. And here is going another way to that same room. It's a pretty good sized room. I don't have a light fixture up in there yet, but maybe this weekend. And this bathroom was mostly original, and it was in really bad shape. It had the original toilet with the tank mounted up on the wall and a piece of pipe that was going down. The tank was up on the wall, and then a pipe went down to the actual toilet, and it was so short to the ground and so small. I don't know how anybody could have used it. And then there was all this antique, it was just old plumbing that was right here outside of the exterior of the tub, like a bunch of old nickel faucet stuff in tub fill. So our plumber was able to eliminate it and get it in the wall and get this all, but save the old tub. It's an old heavy duty enameled tub. And all the tile and stuff was all in good shape, so we decided just to leave it alone. And we did set a new toilet, and there'll be a little space heater put in there. There's one of those under there. We ended up keeping the cabinets and just had them painted. Still need to get the plumber back to set up the sink and all that. The countertops were redone. The flooring in the kitchen was redone too recently. And then this flooring also. This was just a remnant we had from another place, and we just decided to use it in this place since it's going to be mainly a rental. Down the road, when we decide what we're going to do with it long term, we might fix it. This room also got the flooring redone, and this was the master bedroom. It's another pretty good sized room. It's got a big closet in there, and someday we'll get a rug down or something. I'll go in there and show you, but right now I don't want to track anything on the brand new finished floor. Yeah, and just lots of windows and lots of cool stuff, built-ins. This old staircase going upstairs. Go ahead and go up there. This house actually has a bathroom up here on the second floor. This was added. This definitely wasn't original, just by the way it was laid out. I mean, you can see they used a mini, like apartment size shower insert, which left a void here. And then we still need to get a vanity and a toilet for up here. But this is all looking good. Attic storage. Light doesn't work. It used to. I think all this knob and tube is not working anymore, but maybe they didn't rip it out. But we had everything redone, and the electricians said that they eliminated all the knob and tube. So I'm going to ask about that knob and tube. I'm also concerned why that light doesn't work, because it worked a couple weeks ago. Oh, maybe it's just too cold to light. No, I think it just broke the filament. All right. There's one of the chimneys goes up through there. Then it's got this kind of nice, wide, long hallway. When we get to this room, this is a little smaller bedroom, kind of odd shaped. And then I don't know what this was supposed to be. I think we'll try to make this into something. Maybe a rec room or something. I don't know. I mean, it's not like you can really do much in there. It's just odd shaped. A little more storage over here on this side. This house has little cubbies everywhere in it. This is a big room, and I think originally this was supposed to be the master. I'm guessing, just by the size of it. As for a bedroom, for this age of house, this is a big bedroom. I didn't want anything surface mounted like this. I can't stand this when they do this to old houses. And to me, it's just lazy and cheap. I wish they would have taken the baseboard off and ran the wires behind it and just cut in their outlets where they needed to. And why we put an outlet every 4 or 5 feet is beyond me. There's more plugs in here than anybody could really need. I guess wherever you put something and you need to plug it in, there will be a plug there. This has a nice walk-in closet in here, and still no light fixtures, so it's gonna be a little dark in here. But yeah, I mean, this house is just loaded with stuff like this. Big rooms. Yeah, I think that's everything for the first floor and upstairs. We can go take a tour of the basement. This is like my second or third YouTube video ever, so sorry if I talk too much or if I don't really make a lot of sense. And I'm borderline, I don't know, I think borderline ADD, so I tend to wander in my mind, and I'll be talking about one thing and just change gears to another, so I apologize for that. This is that other little door off the entryway when we first came in, and I said there's the way to the basement, and then that's the way to the dining room, or you could go into the kitchen that way. So I don't know why we have this little door here, but sometimes it is nice. Okay, down to the spooky old basement. It's not bad anymore. It used to be, though. I used to hear things down here late at night. It really is a nice big space down here, but you can see all the plumbing has been redone and updated. It's all modern stuff. That's all the black piping is the plumbing. This white wrapped stuff, to my understanding, that's asbestos pipe wrap, and that is for the boiler that goes to all those radiators. So I don't think I'm going to be messing with that stuff. I guess it's fine as long as you leave it alone. If you disturb it, then you could have a problem. I've probably been exposed to it a number of times, but I don't want to expose anyone else to it. So my plan is actually to lock the basement door so people can't even come down here. I just don't want anybody to have to come in contact with this stuff. It's really a big basement. I need to come down here with a cobweb thing. I'm getting spider webs all over me. I'm gonna go a different way. If that was a wood a wood butler. So that box that I lifted the seat bench, or the one over by the fireplace to the left of it, you can load your firewood onto that and crank that handle right there. Let's see if I can get over here without getting through all the spider webs. You can crank on this and it's like an elevator. It'll carry the firewood upstairs for you. Really a pretty cool contraption. I've never seen anything like that. And I don't know if that was kind of standard back in the time or if somebody really just came up with that plan. If it's a one-off, I don't know. I've never seen it. I think that's the clean out for the chimney, or for the wood stove. And maybe the chimney, I don't know. I gotta figure out how to put that door back on. I say it like it's a big task. It really probably isn't a very big task at all. I mean, I'm very mechanically inclined. I do almost all my own work. Lately, a lot of the work I had done here was, one, because we don't live in it and it's going to be a rental, so I needed to have it done professionally for liability reasons. And then two, I work nights and I work 60 to 70 hours a week, sometimes more. And I don't get done till 3 or 4 in the morning. And by that time, I'm kind of out of gas. And I have a lot of stuff to do with the animals, both at the house we live in and here. So I don't really get the time to do any of this stuff. I thought I was going to. I was going to try to do most of the drywall and carpentry stuff myself because I enjoy that sort of thing. But we just had to hire it all out. I really haven't been able to do any of it. The old water heater, I'm going to cart that out. Now we have dual water heaters, all nicely installed. Then we have another one of these things here. There's I don't really know what the purpose of this was. But it's an old spool and it had a crank on it. And you can see it looks like the crank broke off. And it snapped off. So I don't know what that one, it's not like there's a hole or any place for anything to go up there. I don't know. Some things will remain a mystery. There's our panel for in here. So we still have a few spaces available, and we got breakers outside too. So I'm gonna run some other circuits eventually for new buildings and stuff outside. Little sump pump. There's our incoming water line. That was the old, I think that was the old oil tank or oil furnace thing. There was a tank buried in the ground outside. I found it out off the side of the driveway. So I think this has, or maybe it was an old septic tank and that's where I think maybe that's what it was. I don't know. We took it out, took it to the scrapyard. And there's the oil boiler thing, and it heats some kind of water or glycol, and that runs through there and up into all this piping and gets distributed throughout the house. We've never started it, and the people we bought the house from said they hadn't used it in many years, so I think we're just going to eliminate it now that we have all those mini split heat pumps. We can just get rid of this. I don't think we need it. But I'm worried about this stuff. If this really is asbestos, I'm gonna have to have a professional come in and take it all apart and dispose of it. So for right now, it's fine. It's not hurting anything. It can just stay where it is. But anyway, there's the tour. My plan is to do more videos as we do more projects. People can kind of see, you know, these old houses. I know a lot of people really like them. I really do. So I watch a lot of videos online, old houses and people renovating them, and just the abandoned ones that people go in and tour, and I always like to see them. And I figure maybe people would like to see this house. They're kind of time capsules, and even the garage has a leaded glass windows in it. Out there, we'll go look at that quick because I need some information. If anybody knows where to look to find a glazier that can fix one of these things, I would love to know. I'm on the Oregon coast, Central Oregon coast, and I need a glass guy or gal, whoever, that can fix that. If that's even fixable, I don't even know. Maybe somebody could tell me. We even got new electric out to the garage. Hey ladies, you birds. Well, I guess that's it for now. I think I'm gonna put the drone up for a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of windy, but I think I'll try that. Alright, I just tried to fly the drone and it is way too windy. And I'm just not that good of a drone pilot. So, that's the way that goes. New day. But check this out. This is really cool. Watch this. Look at that. Puts itself up. Alright, catch you guys later.